Hi guys, welcome back. Today we have a new guest. Welcome, Monica Allende.
Hey. All right. Short
She
sale
is our
specialist, as we promised.
yeah, she's our short sale specialist in the office. So today we're just gonna be asking her questions round robin style and getting to know everything about a short sale.
First, if you want to explain,
Just brief us.
Just brief us, yeah.
What a short sale is?
Yeah, what is a short sale?
Okay, so a short sale pretty much is when a homeowner is underwater on their mortgage. So they owe more than what the property is worth. So they sell it for less than what the property is worth.
I have a question. How long is the short sale process?
So a short sale process could take anywhere from 2 months to about a year. It all depends on how many loans it has, how many liens, the lender, and obviously how long the client takes to turn in the documentation.
What is the procedure after the seller accepts an offer?
So it's pretty much not the seller. So with the short sale, we have to negotiate with the lender. So the seller obviously is still the owner on title, but the lender is who accepts the offers and what price we're gonna go. So it's a long process because in order for them to accept an offer, they have to do a BPO. Yeah, like an appraisal that goes out there, or sometimes they just do like a desk overview of what the property is worth and what offer they want to go with.
Interesting. I feel like a lot of the homeowners that don't know about this, they're worried about who's gonna pay.
The seller owner does not pay for anything. It's the lender who pays
Now,
for the commissions. Yeah.
does the borrower have to be late on his mortgage, his or her mortgage?
Not necessarily. They just have to both be underwater and show some hardship.
Well, the market right now, the way it's shifting, there's a lot of properties that are in foreclosure, properties that are upside down or will be upside down if the market continues to take its dip. So this is something that is going to come back into trend. I know, being that I worked with Monica for 17, 18 years, you were doing how many short sales a month?
First time I started was in 2008. I had 17 short sales and all had 2-3 liens. So I was negotiating with a lot of different lenders.
So you can imagine.
So
Yes.
what if a BPO goes out and the BPO comes in higher than the actual price that the investor offered?
So at that time, the investor sends in a contractor to show the lender issues it has, if it's foundation issues, plumbing issues, electrical, and then we put it together and also we could also send the comparables. Yes, you get some comparables at the price range of what the investor is offering. And then with the contractor showing all the stuff that it needs. So then we submit that to the lender, and then the lender has to either counter us or they're going to send out another BPO, and then we go from there.
So like Ruben said earlier, the foreclosures are kind of rising in the market. So how does a short sale affect your credit if it does versus a foreclosure?
This obviously is for the client that's behind in payment. You're still going to show the mortgage rates, but with the short sale, at least you're not going to show a foreclosure, which a foreclosure drops your FICO score from 200 to 400 points. And with the short side, it's not that drastic. It'll show as paid, but, less balance, that they accepted a less balance. But it's better than a foreclosure. As far as with the foreclosure, you won't be able to purchase or go into another loan. FHA, I believe it's 3 years, and conventional 7 years to be foreclosed. If you short sell, it's 2 years for conventional, and then I believe it's 3 years for FHA.
Something like that.
How late in the pre-foreclosure process can you start a short sale?
So normally the lenders have told me that they need the full package, 32 days before the sale date.
And speaking of the full package, what kind of paperwork goes into that?
Okay, that's a good question because it's going to be a lot of paperwork. So it's going to be, that's what's different also from a standard sale than a short sale. Since you do have to negotiate with the lender. Depends on what lender it is. One that I worked with a lot is SPS, which is Specialized Loan Servicing. And with them, you have to send the RMA, which is the Residential Mortgage Assistance application. You have to send the 30 days pay stubs, 2 years tax returns, everything for the homeowner. A hardship letter showing their hardship of why they need to short sell. There's a Dodd-Frank form. You have to send the 4506T form, which is the tax documentation. And you have to authorize yourself. So that's one of the main things. You have to send an authorization, send it to the lender. So then the realtor or negotiator who's going to negotiate gets the permission from the seller to the lender to be able to negotiate there. So it's a lot of documentation. But in order for them to actually look at it, you need a purchase contract, you need an offer in place, and you also need to send them a listing contract and MLS printout.
How do bankruptcies affect the possibility of doing a short sale?
You know what? I've actually had that only once. Can they actually
Do a short sale.
do a short sale?
After you do it?
Yes. Oh, I actually had plenty of those. In this case, the clients only did a bankruptcy to stop their sale date to have enough time to actually go through with the short sale.
Okay. Yeah.
So it actually will help them if they don't have enough time.
So it goes into the bankruptcy department and the short sale department?
Yes.
How does it work? Okay.
So it normally have to go through loss mitigation, but when it's a bankruptcy, they'll transfer me to like the bankruptcy department, and I deal with them.
And if you were to make an offer, what would be needed? Like, is it standard, like a standard
It's a
purchase?
regular purchase contract from the car phone.
Can you offer less than the amount after they approved you?
So once the lender approves a certain price, can you send offer less? Yes, the lender obviously wants to see why is it so low. Like we think the property is worth more, so that's where you show like the contractors and all the foundation issues and everything, so they can, kind of work with you. Or sometimes they'll go back and forth, and then until you guys meet in the middle to a price where they feel like it's good for them. Because remember, they're already taking a loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the most that we've got in a short sale proof is like 20 to 25% under market value.
It's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you get one like that, can you please sell it to me? Thanks.
That was a long time ago. I don't know now how it is, but we are forecasting to see short sales coming in next year,
Bunch of them.
a bunch, because
So are there any
unfortunately a lot of people are in
investors
foreclosure.
Who should they call?
Ghostbusters.
I've noticed that some have an auction date, but then it says a short sale. How does that work? Think it's-
Okay, yeah. Some lenders, depending on what lender it is, they want you to put in on
Auction
certain
sites.
auction sites. Yes, to where you could offer it out to the public first. I think it's for 3 days, is it, or 10 days? I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly because I've only got one. I think 1 or 2 of those. And then once that goes through, then you could put in the MLS and then just sell it out on the market.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to need a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
I had a question. I think there was something about a relocation fee. I believe that the borrowers get one.
Yes. So one of the okay. So on a short sale, usually the seller does not receive any proceeds. Obviously, the lender's losing. So the one thing that a lender does offer a seller or homeowner at that point is a relocation fee, which can be anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000. It just depends on the situation, who the investor is, meaning whether it's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or if it's an FHA, what they'll offer.
I think on a B of A, they were offering, 15 before?
There was some going up to 30,000.
30,000 they were offering.
They were offering up to 30,000, but it all depends on the situation too of the homeowner. Because, I had one homeowner who had 2 units in Long Beach, a huge house in La Mirada, then a whole restaurant and stuff, also, and made about $12,000 to $15,000 a month. We got to short sell the property, but they weren't offering them anything. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the case that it says somebody owes on a property, let's say they have a balance on the mortgage of $500,000, the house is worth $450,000.
Okay.
That's a short sale candidate.
Yes, because it's $450 plus they're gonna have to pay escrow, title, real estate commissions, and all that. By the end, it's gonna be not only the $50,000 under, but all the other fees. So it adds up.
Got it. And does the lender come after the deficiency once you negotiate on a short sale?
No, not in the state of California. It doesn't. I've
Okay.
heard that in other states it does. Not here.
That's why they.
Unless, hold on, there's an unless. Unless it's an investment property or more than 4 units.
Okay.
Then they
Oh,
might.
really?
Yes, if it's a commercial investment property or more than 4 units.
So I have
And
one
where can
question.
they contact you for short sale negotiation?
Here on the podcast, on YouTube.
I have a question, Moni. It's a little bit off subject. Out of the bunch right here, who do you think is more likely to eat a snail for $1,000? Sorry, I just have to wake everybody up.
Snail for
For $1,000,
What's
I'll eat the snail. I'll eat the snail.
Is it
No, it's not escargot. It's on the go. You see it walking.
Well, it's French cuisine, and I ate it for free, so I think everybody.
But what if it's alive
When
with the shell?
When you see a slug, not even a slug.
Yeah, slug with no shell.
With no shell, just chilling on the.
Who will eat it?
Yeah, I think Lexi would. I think Lexi would be like, "Ugh, it's good."
No,
No.
Ralphie.
just
Oh,
pour
sign me
salt
up.
on it.
I guess yeah. If you put salt,
If
it'll
you pour
die.
salt,
and
it'll
then you-
like melt or
Me and
disintegrate.
Nat used to do that here.
I remember. Outside.
Sorry, Nat.
So I'm not trying to go. Not trying to go off subject. Just wanted to like wake everybody up. What other question though? Who would this off subject? Out of the group here, who would be more likely to fake a cold to not come to work? Oh man, It's one to your left and one.
I think
one to
everybody
your
now
right.
is trying to show that they don't have a cold since everybody gets scared of COVID.
Oh no! At that point, if I think I have COVID, I'm already in the ER. But if I don't, once I see negative,
No, I think what I'm saying is the opposite. People have colds and they try to act like it's allergies, so we won't think it's COVID. I don't think anybody will fake a cold.
Yeah.
So everybody here wants to come to work. I love it. See, I
Yeah,
love that.
everybody
That's a
wants
good
to.
response.
That's a good environment. Is so great over here.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I'm going off subject, but I have one more question after that. If you were an animal, which one would you be, and why?
And why? I got that in an interview once at Nordstrom. And you want to know the lie that I made up? I said a bird.
Bird.
Why?
Because I would like to, because I like to fly, and you know I'm damn scared of heights, so I would never be.
No.
I just didn't know what to say. I was like, I was only like 7.
If you were a bird, you'd probably be a chicken because they don't fly.
Oh, I thought because
Oh,
of
a
the
chicken.
scary cat.
So you didn't answer the question though, bird.
No. Probably a lion.
Oh, I like.
All right.
Yeah, because I like to protect my cubs.
Facts.
a fact.
Facts.
Too much.
All right. Sorry, Ralphie. Go ahead. You had a question.
Yeah, I do. Going back to the short sale question, what is the most challenging of doing a short sale? I know like it's gathering all the paperwork together, but I know a lot of things have time.
No,
that
that's
you
the
need-
easiest part. The most challenging is when you start a short sale process, they usually extend the sale date. But if you just go dormant or stop calling them or stop, you gotta call the lender at least 2 to 3 times a week. You can actually lose a property and get it foreclosed, even if you're through a short sale. If your client's not giving you what you need, or if you're not on top of it, you can actually, and that just makes you sad because you're actually trying to help them,
Yeah.
That must be the worst.
and that's the hardest part.
So it's
You were
like a
When you
time
call the
frame.
lender trying to get status and they tell you like it foreclosed yesterday,
Yeah, it's time sensitive.
it's very time sensitive. Yeah.
Damn.
I can only imagine what you were going through, dealing with 17 in a month.
No, and I had no clue how to do a short sale. I just started. I had just got my license and they just brought me 17 as here do a short sale. I was like, what the heck is a short sale? So you will never believe who actually taught me. The lenders themselves.
She thought the short sale was a short agent that would sell.
Something that would sell quick.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I imagined too as well in the beginning, but
No, I actually called the lenders and I was like, I don't know what a short sale is, but I know I have to call you so you kind of guide me, and they would tell me,
That's
you're
smart.
gonna need this, this, and this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
They were nice enough to help back then. I
Yeah,
don't know about
what?
now.
Very
I was
nice.
just gonna
I don't
say
even
that.
think Google existed at that time, did it?
No, I didn't.
It didn't.
Hell no.
No.
There was no Googling. It was just go ask questions, sit in the corner and learn.
Yep.
Seriously. We come from a school of hard knocks.
from a school.
You guys have it so easy. Like, where's my phone? It's dead. Oh my God, I can't Google. You know?
I know, right?
Computer.
It's all
Everything.
research.
So much
Even
easier.
cars.
I know. Yeah.
internet.
Yeah, I know. Satellite goes
Oh
out.
yeah, you before you use the Thomas guide.
Yeah.
Oh, we had Thomas.
Thomas guys.
Yeah. It's a
He doesn't know what the
Book.
Thomas guy
I
is.
actually
It's
know
a
what the
book
Thomas
with a map
guy
on it,
is. Yeah.
and it would take
you
you
would
to
have to-
different
Oh,
places.
From house to house, just by looking at a book.
You guys know the
Oh,
difference
Usually
from
you
northwest,
need the
south, and
passengers
east?
like kind of guide you.
If you're on
Never
the
eat
street?
soggy waffles.
That's right.
That's right.
That's how I learned.
Did you know there was a thing called a landline, where a phone was
Yes,
connected to?
One time I was Austin Whittier, my phone died.
Did
And
And
you
I
had
had
to
to
figure
use
it out?
my mental compass to get back to download.
Did you?
And I actually got it right.
Seriously?
Yes. It's
Oh man.
I was like,
Yeah, because a lot of people be like, dude, I don't know how to get home, even though they know where they live. I'm like,
Yeah.
my phone's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get home.
yeah.
You
No,
know?
seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Take the bus.
What about if you were in
Yeah,
LA,
really,
like in
because
the
we don't
middle of
memorize
LA, would you know
freeways
how to
like
get
you
back?
guys.
A lot of people.
I'm like,
Pray.
Unless I find a
Hope I take the
five
right freeway.
or the 10.
or the
No,
91.
do the old school way. You stop.
605.
You stop people to ask them.
I
roll
remember I
down
saw
your window.
Florence and I was like, oh,
Where?
Well, since the LA traffic is very packed all the time, it'll be easy. I'll just open my window and be like, hey.
Dude, think about everything we had. Everything we had. And out of other things that we had growing up, us older ones, what do you think is one of the things that they wouldn't be able to identify or they wouldn't be able to say what it is if you were to bring it back?
One was the landline,
They wouldn't know how to
The
use
pager?
the line.
a
The
pager.
A
pager.
pager? You guys know what a pager is?
I do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's a Rolodex?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rolodex.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, yeah. What?
Do you guys know what a Walkman
Tell them what a
is?
Rolodex is.
Oh, what?
Walkman? I used to
Little
be walking
cassette
around
player.
when I was
Yeah.
like 5 years old.
Down with the Rolodex.
I feel like
A Rolodex
for the most
is
part,
where you will keep your contacts.
All your
So it's
business
On your
cards.
business card, you roll it
You
to
roll it
find-
and you
Oh,
choose the.
Oh, I know what
No,
it
I
is.
remember.
Yeah.
Go in the back.
Yeah. To see it, and then I'll know. I don't know the name.
Rolodex, yeah.
He had like
And then I
1,000
think
business
I don't
cards.
know who
Remember that?
saw it.
Yeah, like a lot.
I had a calculator that prints, you know, that the
Oh yeah.
what is
Like
it?
a
The
cashier.
I used to play.
what are they called? The bookkeepers.
The bookkeepers, yeah,
yeah,
the
the keep, and they were
research
like, "What
center.
is that?" I'm like, "It's called a calculator," and it prints. They're like, "What?" Crazy. But there are a lot of
I
things.
remember when she got her first
CD, DVD
Blackberry. I
players,
was like, wow.
VHD.
Oh,
Oh
Blueberry?
yeah.
The Blackberry.
According to Jose,
No,
he would call
the
it Blueberry.
No, the Blueberry.
There's this thing called a
Oh,
video
talking
store
about
too,
gum.
where you would go and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I used to love
So
going
Kansas and
to.
Bellflower.
Those
They
were
still-
my
they still
favorite. I
have
had a
one.
yellow one.
I used to
call it
love
my
going
banana.
to Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
And Blockbuster was cool.
Okay, you guys know. There's this thing called popcorn. When you watch a movie, you put it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they still have that.
But we used to put them in
VCR
in
movies.
in a pan.
In the pan, yeah.
We
It's
used to
called
put 'em in a pan.
VHS, Ralph.
Yeah, probably tasted
Oh.
better.
It's not VCR.
It actually,
VHS.
it's cool because like.
The VCR plays the.
So
VHS.
DVD.
I watched the Titanic on the VHS.
Yeah.
Look, I have a question. There's nothing to do with the short sale, but let's say you're on an island, and let's say you're like Gilligan's Island, which maybe only you, me, and Monsky know what that is, and you get shipwrecked,
Uh-huh.
and you were to pick three of us here on the podcast. Who would you pick, and what would be their task?
Was this question for me?
Yes,
Is it Gilligan's Island by like the Virgin Islands? I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it was picture.
It's
They're the first one to find
Oh,
out.
that's the Galapagos Island.
That's a good question. I don't know about it.
Okay, that's cute.
Isn't it the
Three
Galapagos?
people.
Yeah, I was supposed to go there. I thought.
Yeah. Pick three, and what would you make them do to help you survive?
Come on, guys. Of course, I would pick the guys: Ruben, Hector, and Ralphie.
What?
That.
Straight.
Well, wow.
You look at me for?
Strength.
You know I can build a raft. out of wood.
Connection?
Well, you have
I can
Gilligan
build it.
here.
But what if you
I
need to
could-
find a test them to help you find your way
You have
out?
the professor.
I know my directions.
No, wait.
I could build a house with
Skipper?
just branches.
Professor in Gilligan.
I know how to
Gilligan.
distill water.
Gilligan, the skinniest one.
This kid, he is one.
That's why I said Ralphie, in case we gotta go through like something small.
Let me know what's behind that.
Well, I'm pretty sure when it comes to surviving, we would
No,
all
I'm just
figure
kidding.
it
No, I don't know. That's a hard
I think
question.
everybody will figure it out. I don't know.
If I was in charge of fishing, just know.
You're great.
I just feel like if something bad
You're
was
gonna be
happening,
hungry all
Rafi
night.
would be exploring this. Actually trying to get
It's like He's like, I found it.
I know, right? A day later, and he's trying to swim his way out of the island by himself. All right, but yeah, so on the back to the short sales, that's actually good information because you know where the market is headed and everything that's happening right now. A lot of foreclosures are being filed. Not everyone needs a short sale. Some of them have equity, but a lot of people are like, I want to stay here, save my house, and unfortunately, very little programs to be able to help someone stay in their home. So the best advice I can give is either sell and don't lose that equity and buy yourself another home 2-3 years later, or buy yourself a manufactured home all cash. There's a million things you can do. You can even buy land and build a tiny home. But I mean, that's me saying it. I don't know what you guys think, but
No, I agree.
So what happens to the equity if the property forecloses?
If you lose, obviously, if you have equity and the property forecloses, then you would have to go back after, hire an attorney. They do charge a pretty penny though. So you don't want to get to that point.
I know there's some people that if they have equity, you can go and try to get some of that equity back, but they'll ding you with attorney fees and late fees and all these other fees that'll
That's
come
why
out.
it's a
Or
pretty
cricket fees too, because the cricket was in, they were evicting the cricket type of
And
thing.
obviously
It's
not,
ridiculous what they charge you. I was making up the cricket thing,
No,
but I'm just saying, yeah,
not every short sale gets approved too.
No.
not every short sale.
I mean, since they're already
I
going
mean,
through
I've
a
got them all
hardship.
approved, so I wouldn't know, but I heard that they all don't get approved.
Watch out.
What do you
I
think,
feel
Miss
like
Jackie?
it's difficult to save your home because obviously the government doesn't want to make it easy because if not the economy would never shift. Like
The reset.
when it comes to
Yeah.
the market.
That's what I think too. It's like it has to reset.
that's a
You
good
got to
point.
go up and go back down again.
Yeah, because they make
Just-
it so like
it's just like
mainly it
economics,
has to be
yeah.
business purpose. You have to be a business owner. You have to have like some leeway in order to save it properly.
That's very
It's
true.
true.
Make it difficult.
Then
Cookie crumbles.
to bring the rates up at a time where people are going through COVID
Yeah.
and forbearances and all that, it's like their recipe for disaster. Their way of saying, hey, you know what? Okay, it's time to put the economy back where it was at.
Yeah.
The 2006, 7, 8 crash. That's what they did. Every houses were insanely priced, you know, and then came the crash and everything came right back down. And then the rich got richer because they bought cheap, and now they sit on properties of $300,000-$400,000 in equity,
Yeah.
killing it, you know. But yeah, that's the way it is. And China, I think, also is. I was reading about
Yeah.
China. They are now, I think they're in a recession,
Yeah.
and there's real estate is shifting over there and everything. It was crazy, but yeah, if it hits us, it hits China.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, anything right now. If you have cash right now, is good because all assets are gonna become cheap. Cars, houses, everything. It's a good way to pick up some good items.
Very true. Save your money so you can buy yourself something nice.
Mhm.
Well, Moni, I really appreciate you coming to our podcast. I know we had to like beg you. I'm just kidding. No, I know it's nice of you to come in. You have a lot of information. So we'll invite you again on more questions that we're gonna have. And I think for our next podcast, if you guys, we'll see who we bring on. We definitely are very thankful for your time. I know that the crew here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The
it's
crew
an
here has
honor to have you
questions
here.
all the time, so we'll come to you and bug you when you're available. Is that cool?
Of course.
Awesome. You guys want to? We got like maybe a few minutes left. You guys want to do something funny real quick, real creative, real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. She said, "Yeah, I'm in."
Sign me up.
All right, I'm gonna ask for Yvonne from over there this way. We're gonna ask a question, kind of like the ones I asked, right? And it can be anybody randomly.
Oh, truth or dare?
2 hours later.
Truth or dare?
Spin the bottle.
Literally.
Oh, I have to ask a question.
Anybody randomly, ask a question to anybody.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Think, guys. You got time. She's gonna take 2 minutes to ask.
No, why you look at me for?
Okay. Jackie, if you were an animal, what would you be and why?
I'd probably be a cheetah.
I was gonna say cheetah so you can run away from us, huh?
It's not fast.
What is the most embarrassing thing that pops to your head? The first thing that pops to your head when it comes to regarding this question.
Okay.
An embarrassing moment.
Okay.
All right, Ruben.
What?
What's the
What's the first thing that pops in your head?
happened to you?
Oh, probably fart in public
Really?
and cough on purpose.
In college.
When did you get all this?
Oh, now you have to fart to hide the cough, right?
Coffee at the office.
They're like, fuck, he's coughing. Sorry.
It's okay. Jackie deals with my.
All the time. So it was like the never mind.
No.
I don't want to embarrass him.
He's taking rent. All right.
He started.
I know.
He put himself.
I have a question
Put yourself in that
for Yvonne. If you could have any car in the world, which one would you have and why?
Ferrari.
Ferrari? Why?
I don't know. That's always the car I liked because they're fast.
Nice. I could see something more like a G-Wagon.
Well, right now my
Yeah.
G-Wagon,
Yeah.
yes.
Maserati with the Ferrari engine.
That's true.
Very true.
Okay.
Monica,
Yes.
if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
If I don't have to get on an airplane.
I was gonna say anywhere she could go on boat.
She's like,
This guy in walking distance. Sorry,
She's like Los Alamitos.
Seriously speaking, I've always wanted to go to China.
Yeah. China's nice.
I mean,
cool.
the Great Wall of China and all.
Mhm.
She's
That'd be
ready.
cool.
Somebody get her that ticket.
Yeah.
I'll take you. I've been to China.
And I love Chinese food.
Oh, me too.
I know whether it's different, right?
Better.
Yeah, it's different.
It's more Chinese or it's
I
like more real.
didn't have a pleasant
doesn't even-
experience because we went in a group, so it's
Yeah.
already like served we didn't get to choose.
And
a
I
separate
heard that like
meals.
orange chicken and chow mein and all that doesn't even
They
exist.
don't taste. The food is completely
Kind of like
different.
burrito in Mexico. There's no.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
That
it's
makes
so
sense.
Americanized here.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Does
Either until recently, George.
is it true that people pick from the same bowl?
Well, they have the table, but they don't pick. You just grab it for it.
It's like a pecking wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
No, because Mick told me that people they from the same bowl.
But that's
Kind of like
when
you
you're
order a la carte,
like-
right? You
Yeah.
order a la
Yeah.
carte and you
then
just
you
serve
have
yourself.
it and you spin it and then you
The
just
pecking
serve
wall.
your stuff
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
chopsticks.
but I heard people like,
I know I saw a TikTok
Oh,
and
is
it's
that why
like
Maine
the
always
dad
picks on
and
our
the
food?
kids?
yeah.
And
he doesn't care.
That's what he's like. Let me see what you have right there.
We're like, it's cool.
He's like the
Oh, they
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's funny.
Lexi.
Yes.
Okay, where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Hopefully, making my dad retire. Because I have a feeling he says he's tired, but he's not going to stop. Because it's just such a habit. So I'm going to make sure he just stops. And then I take over the business and then move
Damn.
it elsewhere. Or,
Yeah,
like,
you gotta
branch
get
it
you gotta
out.
get approval from partners, but
different country.
Nah,
Yeah, like
another
it could
planet.
be worldwide. Or like, well,
I agree.
can't spoil anything. Just kidding. I'm not going to go into
Don't spoil the Koreas yet. Anyways, I'm gonna ask you a question. This is gonna be a
If
question.
he's anything like grandpa,
Look,
he'll
I'm-
be here till almost 80.
Or at least
I'll be 74. Be like,
just watch.
just put my legs on the desk and just.
How
I don't think he could ever stop working.
No.
Trust me.
he
Yeah,
loves what he
no.
does.
That's
He'll be
what I'm
around.
saying. It's like a habit.
Stop it. We're at 31 minutes. Okay, I have a question, and then we'll end up with you two asking questions. So this question is going to be I'll randomly pick the individual. If you were a ghost, or if you were invisible, what 3 things would you do to take advantage of the fact that you're invisible? And the question goes to Ralphie.
What 3 things I would do to take advantage of?
Yes.
One.
Pick a book.
That's actually a pretty cool question.
I would use it in my advantage to know stuff that I need to know.
Like from the government?
That would be useful.
That's what I would.
That's one cool
That's
one.
what I would.
That's one.
Conspiracy
What about your
theories.
other 2?
You just sit on Wall Street.
I walk into the bank and walk out just to tell you. But anyways, you just see the money.
Find out what find out what the underwriter's thinking when my files are not closed.
Okay. The pincher.
that one too.
The third one?
The bank. You just
My-
follow them to see the pin.
My third one. My third one would just be I'll use it to my advantage to see who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good
That's the
one.
first one. I
Keep my maybe I'll make my circle smaller.
Cool.
It'll be much
Circle turns
smaller.
into just one.
Just himself.
You can tell when someone is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell.
You can tell.
You can tell when their vibes are genuinely.
He just wants to know, do they really shower?
Where's me turning?
Oh, God.
So now it is Jackie's turn to ask the question.
Okay.
That
This
is-
question is for Kay. So if you had 2 places to try and live for like 6 months in one place and 6 months in the other place, just to see if you like living there, what places would you choose?
That's a good question. So I would choose to spend 6 months in like island life, and then 6 months in the city somewhere. So island, I would live in Hawaii, and then a city. I want to go out of the country, so I'm thinking somewhere in Italy. Don't really know the city, but Italy.
It's like deja vu right now.
That's funny she says
I always get those.
I was watching this TikTok real quick, and then this guy was asking these dudes some random people questions, and you'd be surprised the answers they give.
Oh, me too. I know
Like,
which one.
what the hell? What country is?
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
name
God.
another country.
Question.
Yeah, they're like, name a country, and then they're like,
Georgia.
yeah.
Yeah.
God, yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Wow.
The best one is
You got
you know,
it.
if you don't understand it, Ralphie, you probably know this one best. If you can't send a rocket to the sun because it's so damn hot, right? It'll melt before it gets there. Why not go when it's nighttime?
Because the sun never
You can't.
Never nighttime. The sun always on.
Thanks, Ralphie.
Okay,
It's
I have a
just that the
question.
Earth rotates, so you think it's nighttime.
Oh,
Who's the president of Puerto Rico?
somebody told me.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
The president of Puerto Rico.
Oh, the,
What's his name?
the president of Puerto Rico. What's
I
his
forgot
name?
his name.
Jackie.
Gummy Jackie, president of Puerto Rico.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the United States. Yeah, it's in the United States.
Oh man.
We all have
Well,
the
not
same
Trump
president.
getting
Alright.
that one wrong.
I know. He's like just spoke to the president
Okay.
of Puerto Rico.
Because we just spoke to the
I'm
president
like,
of
"Fool,
Puerto
you are the
Rico. I was like,
president of Puerto Rico."
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Alexis now has a question.
Okay, what is your biggest fear and why?
There's a lot of fears that I have. One of them is being too high in the air because I don't want to break into pieces when I hit the ground.
Or you don't want to like vomit? You mean?
Yeah, throw up. And the other one's a spider or little bugs with a lot of feet touch your skin, and you're like, oh my god! Even though I'm a million times bigger than that thing,
It's disgusting.
I think it'll kill me. And stepping on it is even worse because it has like the little egg in the back and it crunches,
Yeah.
and the yellow thing comes out. It's nasty. That and a freaking snake.
Oh, I hate snakes. Those
Hell no.
centipede.
are so.
Centipedes are gross.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, snakes
I
Now I know
can't.
what to
But a
bring
snake I
to
could.
you all
Or
the
little things
way.
like,
What are those
No.
things that go in your skin? Leeches?
Oh, the leeches.
oh, hell no, they give you hickeys.
Yep.
Ready to get them.
Like, is that your excuse? Woke up with leeches.
Man, it was fun. It was fun, guys. Thank you again. I say thank you for being here.
Thank you
A
for having me.
podcast is. I mean, we're on our what fourth week now?
Fourth week.
And we're doing pretty fair. A lot of people are training us. We've had a lot of kudos. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. This is Ruben Allende signing out.
Hector signing out.
Kirsten.
Ralphie.
Yvonne.
Jackie.
Lex.
Me.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.